Hello, I'm starting a new series. Call it alignment. I love how in my life these weird alignments happen, and if if the alignment is two or three interesting things connected, then I'll tell about it. That way, it's for me to keep a record of these things because they're interesting, and I'm wanting to see if they increase, so how often I post these, and it's interesting. I've pushed into meditation, as you know, and getting back into music. So I go to the secondhand shop and I get old DVDs and CDs for cheap because no one wants them anymore. But I do. I like the old school, like kicking it back like it was in the 90s, back when you listened to a whole album and sit with it. Whereas these days, people just listen to one song. Whereas I like a whole album. I like putting a CD in a whole album. So I wanted to get back into some of the stuff I listened to back in the 90s when I was into music, so I wanted to rekindle it. So I found this band that I used to listen to, this DVD. Cheers. I'm drinking Bundaberg ginger beer. Have a beer with Paul. So I found this old band, and I used to love the bass player, and I found him really inspirational back then, back when I played in bands. So I got that DVD. I listened to it, and of course, it inspired me. The band's name is George. It was a local Brisbane band, and I went and saw them back in the days about 10 times. Every concert I could go to, I went to. When they played with an orchestra, it was one of the things that really connected my relationship with my mum and my dad. They had separated, but I would take them separately. One time I'd take my mum to go see George. Another time I'd take my dad to go see George. So it was also really impactful for me that the band helped me with relationships with my family. So there's that connection with that music as well. So a lot of memories. So with my meditations, I tend to sit in music that makes me deal with and have emotions come up. That's the way I meditate. You'll see me meditate to heavy metal and other things that causes me to sit in feelings and deal with them. But listen to the DVD. I was like, yeah, let's get back into music again. Here we get into the alignment stuff. Really interesting. So the next week, I was on a plane, and who happens to walk down the aisle? The lead singer. I was like, wow. I got a bit fanboy. Spoke to her. I was like, I only just listened to you when you were a young pup ages ago, and I was saying how much the music affected me. I was like, oh, it was amazing that only a week later I actually got to meet her. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. Got to connect, followed each other on Instagram. I was like, this is awesome. And she goes, well, I've got a gig coming up. So she's come along. I said, yeah, I will. But with my job, it can be hard to organize times off, so I didn't get any tickets. And I went on and had a look, and they were sold out. This is a story from about a year ago. I was like, oh, I won't get to go. But continued on with my music journey over the year. And one of the other artist that really impacted me back when I was in primary school was Cliff Richard. And I thought, oh, it'd be great to go see him. I'm not very good at organising, of course. Cliff Richard sold out as well. So another concert I missed out on that I thought would be awesome to see. Cliff Richard last time he's touring. But 3 days ago, popped up on my Instagram or Facebook, Cliff Richard doing a video. Hi, I'm in Perth, Australia, starting my show. I was like, that's right, Cliff is around. He's doing his sold out show. And part of me was like, why don't you check to see if there's any tickets? Go on the website, Cliff Richard, Sydney. It was sold out last time I looked. Went on. It's one ticket. Good seat, right in the middle, 10 rows back. Someone's reselling tickets. What the? I was like, wow, I get to see Cliff Richard. I've got the time off. When you're usually buying tickets, I didn't know if I had the time off and I didn't want to spend the money. And I'm bad at organising. I knew that I would not be able to organise that. Alignment. Got a ticket for Cliff Richard. I thought, that's amazing. Amazing. Got the ticket. And I was like, cool, that alignment happened. And I was like, what other gigs have I missed out on lately? Oh, and then I remembered. Katie Noonan. She's had that show. It's around this time. I forgot the date. I was like, let's see if this alignment will happen with her as well. So, I bought those tickets. I'm on holidays at the moment, so I've got a bit more free time, and I decided not to spend money on a hotel. So I thought I will stay home, and whatever I'm excited about, I'll do. Rather than spending money on hotels, I'll spend money on whatever I want. And I've bought more clothes, I've refreshed, I bought a new vacuum cleaner, I've just upgraded my house and what I thought I need to revamp. I was like, people spend so much time and effort organising a holiday. I thought, let's spend my holiday spending time and effort organising my normal life. But anyway, back to the story. I went on, you know where this is going, don't get ahead of me. I got on the website and guess what? There's one ticket available. One ticket. Again, in the middle, this time 4 rows back. Bought the ticket. Alignment. Life's more fun in alignment, I guess. And that's what shall we call this series, an alignment? So just seeing those things sort of pop up. Oh, I forgot to mention, with Cliff Richard, I was at the second-hand shop again looking at CDs, and the Cliff Richard one, and I was just like, oh, that'll be cool. Yeah, I had a moment with the Cliff Richard CD. I didn't buy it, and I put it back. That was the start of it, and it was that day, after seeing the Cliff Richard CD and having a moment with it, going, yeah, that would be cool. He's missed out on that. And it was that night, so that was the same day. I saw the CD, went home. 5 hours later, he pops up, and I was like, hey, I was just reminiscing about you in the second-hand shop with the CD. Now he's in Perth. Oh, so like a click alignment to getting a ticket. And then continuing the alignment with the Katie Noonan, got a ticket. Whoop whoop. Going through a lot of music inspiration at the moment. So going to gigs. The other gig I'm getting to go to is Youngblood. When I was buying his tickets, pre-sale, I was in Sydney trying to get online, trying to do it, and I missed out. Couldn't get the Sydney concert at all. And then part of me was like, hang on, it's released at this time, but Brisbane is an hour behind. They haven't started selling those tickets yet. So, hour later, I had already learnt how to use the website. I'm an old man. I'm not very good with this new fandangled computer equipment you young kids love to use, the old Instaface. But went on, got a ticket. Got one ticket to the Brisbane show. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Then after that day, I was like, oh, it'd be cool to go with someone. Yeah, I wonder who else would like it. Or maybe I should get my brother. Oh, it's sold out, so I'll have to go alone. Then, I think it was 2 days later, I really woke up and then went off, made a cup of coffee, sat down with, of course, straight on the Instagram, and I shouldn't let my phone dictate my first thoughts in the morning, but I did. I should meditate first and then let the world tell me what to think. But got my coffee, Instagram, email comes up. Second show added, Brisbane, Youngblood. It's a weird, dink came up. That email was sent 2 hours beforehand when I saw it. Because I kept my phone on airplane mode. I think it popped up, or I went in and looked at my emails, and there was that email. Second show, and the pre-sale starts at this time. Looked at my watch. Oh, it starts in 15 minutes. So, went on. I've done this before. And because I just so happened to get the information when I needed it, everyone else maybe didn't see the email, or they thought they've missed out. So I just so happened to get on my phone at exactly the right time, sitting there with my coffee. Then that goes, well, that's what I'm doing for the next hour, getting Youngblood tickets. So I got Youngblood tickets. 2 of them. I'm going to go with my brother if he's up for the challenge. He's not into crowds and loud music, but I'm loving Youngblood at the moment. The rock industry has not had a rock and roll guy up on that throne for ages, and it's interesting that Ozzy Osbourne sort of went. We haven't had a big rock like an Elton John or a David Bowie for ages. The last times we had rock that was like a sound of the generation would have been in the 90s, when you had the Nirvana and that new sound, and then we went to new metal, and they weren't rock stars though. In the new metal, they were just cool bands, but we haven't had a rock icon for ages. I believe Youngblood is stepping up and flying the flag of rock and roll. Rock and roll, bringing a new sound up for the generation. That's why I'm getting into music. And it's quite interesting. There's a lot of Australian local bands at the moment. The local band scene in Australia is going off. I need to get my music going so that I can join a band. Who wants this old man to join your band in the back? I could like Angus Young had the young school outfit. I think it'd be a good gimmick if I get up there dressed even more like an old man. So that way, because I don't look my age. They probably wouldn't even know that I'm an old man. But what I would do is when I'm playing the bass, I would have my old man outfit on. Sort of the opposite of Angus Young. He had the schoolboy outfit. I'd have my old man outfit. What do you think? Grey hair, glasses, going off. Maybe sitting in a wheelchair, and at the end, they can wheel me off. It's time to go to the retirement home, Paul. And wheel me off. Speaking of off, you smell a bit interesting. And I was going to say it's time to go off. Have a beer with Paul. So, we'll see how often I get to post a video on an alignment. What do you think of those alignments? Is that weird? You tell me. Comment and describe.